it's a curse if you think about that, you know. For me, for other people,
for
me,
other people, it's
I just
great
tune it
to.
out. I even got rid of my Grammy because it was just like a distraction.
Yeah.
You know, whatever I would do, I'd turn around, it'd be the Grammy. So I just packed it away.
But I thought it was really beautiful that once you got the Grammy, you went to.
Oh, because it belongs to the people.
Yes, well, you definitely are an artist for the people. I mean, a lot of your songs represent a lot of the issues that not only I find America, but everywhere in the world we're all facing.
Well, I hope so. You know, when I'm doing one thing is like I want to. Are we starting the interview too quick?
No,
We're just practicing.
Okay. You know, I think that that's what it's about. That's the only route. And if you're an artist and if you have a platform and, you know, you have a heart and a brain, I think this is what you do, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really important, an artist to reflect the times that we live in. It's so important.
I mean, I always think, what else is there, you know? The other side, you know, we've done that in our youth, you know. We spent that, and it's
You're
a good
working
time.
on your third musical life. I'm working on, like, my ninth life
Your
myself.
ninth life.
So I'm like 1, 2, 3.
Wow. You're a bit of a mystery to me. I don't know that much about you. But you're just such a great supporter.
I'm your hugest supporter.
Well, I know that you're maybe the hugest, but I think, and that's why I'm here.
Not only there, though. I mean, I do it on Twitter, but every dinner party, even my girlfriend's like, dude, okay, you've just got it started.
They're like, enough.
Like, because I'm like, oh, you know, I have to tell you, I was actually talking to KD, who's the producer of the All Saints. They're a famous band here.
Okay.
And I was telling him about you, and we were talking about where the music industry was going nowadays. And I was telling him your story, and we were talking about, like, how we see the music industry completely changing because of artists like you.
That is true. I mean, I think we've definitely kind of circumvented and went around the power structure. I think that needs to happen because the industry was basically ruined.
Yeah.
Because I think over commodification. You know,
well, also it was all about commercial, and even the pressure of the artists that have already succeeded, the pressure to keep
it's capitalism.
Recycling. Is that too?
Capitalism's like, hey, this works. Let's get 10 more like it because this works. I want 20 more just like it. And that's how I found being on a major label. Is that I remember the epiphany of I was sitting there. I thought, wow, I'm talking to this guy. I thought, they don't really know anything about music. Then I would be like, they don't even like music, actually. They have no interest in music. You know, it's more about ego and money, which I understand, which is something I didn't want to be a part of. And
no, because it's organic, it's real, and you as a live performer, I mean, is amazing. Like,
thank you.
When I saw you at Bush Hall, because I had saw you on NPR Tiny Desk, and then Last Days at Oakland came out not too long after that.
Yeah, I think, was it about a year after?
Yeah.
About a year after.
And then that same year,
I started touring.
You came to Bush Hall, and I saw you at Bush Hall.
That was like 2016.
Yeah, that was the first time.
2 years ago, wow, yeah. Moves fast.
And I was like, that was it. I was like...
Well,
and now everywhere I go, and the thing is, when I began, I tell your story, and you know, from your beginning and everything like that, and people are just like blown away by it. And then I'll be at someone's dinner party, and I'll just blast plastic hamburgers, and they're
that'll
just like,
wake them up.
Oh my God, like you know, it's amazing though. So
I remember coming back to the engineer who just mixes my stuff, and you know, just did Last Days of Oakland, won a Grammy. Everybody's like, Grammy, and I didn't want to hear it, so I think I purposely, you know, wrote Plastic Hamburgers just to smash that whole idea of having to conform again, because they wanted a repeat, because that was like a crowning achievement to a lot of people, And I just wanted to continue to be an artist and have a voice, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this. I never set out to win a Grammy. That's nice and great, but a lot of my heroes, most of my heroes never won Grammys, so I wasn't that interested in it, and I'm still not. I'm really interested in like making compelling, interesting, provocative music that's productive and useful to people who have to paint a wall, or people that have to pick up trash, or people that have to work in a restaurant.
But also in Plastic Hamburgers, you also talk about the pharma industry and the
pharmaceutical. Yeah, totally. Well, it's affecting those people.
Yeah.
I don't know about here, but the pharmaceutical industry is affecting those people that I'm talking about. Everyday people are getting hooked on these pills. These people who are pushing this I'm a former drug dealer. I know. I'm like, this is drug dealing. That's what I did as a kid. So I know that's all that is. It's no concern for people.
Well, no, especially, I don't know other people's experiences either, but from my own experience, I'm bipolar, so... No.
No, I did. I had a bipolar girlfriend. I know all of that. Well, we had fun.
So, the thing that was really sad is, like, they weren't interested in fixing me. They were just
medicating,
writing me prescriptions.
Same with her.
And then 7 years I've been without one medication.
Good for you. That's
it's
great.
Huge.
And you can feel yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's what she used to tell me. She was like, you know what? They just are numbing me down, and I can't feel myself.
You can't feel anything.
Right, yeah. So I had a long experience with a girl like that, so I understand 100%.
It was, but the feeling was, it was really hard, and also a lot of doctors just give you samples to get you hooked in the first place, because they get kickbacks.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? They're the biggest.
Man, I'm telling you.
As far as I'm concerned.
When I got, when I was able to walk again after my accident, and I remember thinking, well, you got to go to the doctor. Now, I remember being a little kid, really little, in the 70s. I'm old. And the doctor would come, and it was this wonderful experience. And the doctor was coming, hey, you got a lollipop, and they talk to you and check you out. So I had the same feeling. I thought I'm going to go see the doctor, and the doctor didn't even talk to me. He was just like, and I was in shock.
How old were you?
The accident, I was early 30s, 31, 32.
When that happened?
Yeah, so I was in complete shock. I thought, wow, man, you're dealing. I know this, so I just said, give me some more, and then I started selling them. Gotta survive, yeah. So, yeah, it's a very sick part of the society that we live in. And I think I do what I do because I believe we can tilt the world a little bit more towards love. As goofy as that sounds, I believe it.
No. And that's another thing I love about your message is you're always spreading unity and love and to everyone. And that makes me love you even more.
Well, I have to. I have this time, I have this platform. It's a responsibility, especially when we wake up to an ocean of propaganda and weird stuff and hate and messages of division, and then we have people that we elect that they are really hell-bent on dividing people along the lines of our differences. And I think as an artist, we can counter that. And I like being in that position.
Yeah, and you do an amazing job with it. Like, you're always spreading so much love and unity and Negrito Nation. Like, that's what we're all about now.
But I can be a complete asshole, too. So there's both sides.
I haven't seen that part. So.
He said, maybe no one notices. I'm like, hey, I'm being an asshole now. Notice me. No. But yeah, it's good, too. It's good to kind of live the full spectrum. I think there's stuff that I do that people don't like, too. But I think I'm encouraged by that. Because I feel like an artist, you have to do what you have to do, and you can't do everything to be popular. And if you're freaking people out sometimes, that's good. Look at David Bowie, one of my heroes, and all the early Prince. I mean, these are my heroes. Little Richard, I love these people. They were my heroes. Because they were just going against the grain. There's nobody more punk rock than Muddy Waters. Yeah. I don't know if people understand that.
I love
But there's nobody more punk rock than Muddy Waters.
No,
and you got to think about that and realize who he is and what he was doing at the time that he was doing. There's no one more gangster rap than Robert Johnson.
Yeah.
Think about it. Read the lyrics in the context of the time that he was writing this stuff. And these are my heroes.
Yeah, they're my heroes too. Well, I mean, I could have a whole segment about the blues. Like, they know they have to hear it all the time.
Right,
so.
Right.
And so where do you see yourself, say, in 5 years' time? Where would you like to see yourself musically?
I think I may follow Bruce Jenner route, become Caitlyn Jenner. I'm joking. Snip it all off. What the hell? Not be an ugly woman. 5 years. That's a very good question. I try to take everything one step at a time. When I look into the future, like I was listening on my phone, there's more albums. I'm writing. The fountain is open in my head for creativity. And I hope to collaborate more with other artists to build a world network of peace, love, and resistance and unity. I hope to get into making films. There's a lot of great films coming out of my hometown, out of Oakland, California.
And
Boots Riley, Black Panther, that's all from Oakland, you know, and Boots Riley, Sorry to Bother You, and Blind Spotting. Be part of that movement, you know, reopen my art gallery. Help other artists, that's important to me. There's a Candace Davis.
It's so amazing that Black Emoji is open.
A Black Emoji, go way back with him. I met him through my after hours. Yeah. I used to run after hours clubs. So anytime if I can help other artists, that's important to me. Because people help me, even in this phase of my life, people like Sturgill Simpson, and of course Chris Cornell, which these are people that really
And you toured with Chris for...
I did 3 tours with Chris.
Yeah, amazing.
So that was very profound for me.
And your album, Please Don't Be Dead, is amazing. Like every song. Like when I'm hula hooping, I listen to Plastic Hamburgers. When I'm on my board, I listen to Bad Guy Necessity. It's like I have each song all played out with whatever I'm doing.
Well, as the producer of the music, I talk to myself because it's strange producing yourself, so you have to talk to yourself. And I said, listen, I'm firing the guy who produced The Last Days of Oakland and that won the Grammy, which was me. So I'm like, I'm firing that guy. I was like, you're fired. So he was sad, which was me. And I said, you think you're bipolar? You ain't seen nothing. And I was like, we're going to channel 1968. Why? Because I was born in 1968. And there's something about that year that was incredible. So I went back and I looked, Electric Ladyland. I told you. I looked and I said, the White Album, you see? And I thought, these albums, these artists, it seemed like they were 16 years old or something. They were just like, we like it, we're going to make it, we're going to record it. If it's good, it's going on the album. And I like the energy and the freedom and the power of those albums. So when I was writing and producing Please Don't Be Dead, that's what I had in mind. I was like, Plastic Hamburgers were screaming as loud as they can, and E and this incredible blues riff, and then bring it back to Al Green with Bad Guy Necessity. I'm like, I want this to feel like this is a club you may get stabbed in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This album was about the bass guitar. I used 7 different bass guitars, and I just wanted to incorporate groove and freedom and warmth and unity and chanting. And then a boy named Andrew, which people are like, what is this? I'm like, great. It should be like it should blow your mind a little bit.
Transgender Biscuits.
Transgender Biscuits, another one. But yeah, I felt like I was a teenager writing that, like the kind of creativity where you're not thinking.
And the song you write for Chris Cornell is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Dark Windows.
So beautiful.
That came at the end, and it was just sonically different, but it fit. the whole story. And I like all the songs on the record too. I don't always like all the songs on my record.
I love every song.
Oh, thank you.
But not only that,
I need
it's
you.
it's so genre defying because Bullshit Anthem is so funky. I mean, it's like really funky.
It's pretty funky.
It's like Sly Family Stone meets Prince has a baby.
There you go. I'll take that. Yeah.
And the same with Bad Guy Necessity, and then there's the blues, and then there's rock, and then there's soul. So you have a little bit of everything. So it's not like they can put you in one.
Well, I never liked to be put into anything. I never liked, even going back to my youth and being signed to a major label. I didn't really understand genres, and that was kind of as they deemed me a failure after giving me $1 million. And I didn't understand genres. The artists that I loved. I mean, I was in my youth. I loved Public Enemy, but I loved Nirvana. I didn't see the difference. I didn't understand why there was a difference.
Yeah.
And
music.
I loved punk music, and I loved hip hop music, and I loved jazz, and I loved blues, and I listened to whatever it was. It was Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. Then I was listening to that because it was amazing. And I've always loved artists that just transcended all that, and that the music was just great. And I wanted to always follow in those footsteps, and that's what I aspired to be. So, and it's the same in society. Like people, they create these boxes, and they're like, okay, now I want you to fit over there. And I want you to fit over there because this helps my weird repressed fantasy of the world, and I want you to fit into this category. And I think that it's unhealthy. It's good for consumerism, but I think it's unhealthy mentally. And some of us can feel locked out. And
no, I agree, but also I think of you, because I'm majorly independent DJ, so I go for a lot of independent artists, and I feel like you have not only shown the music industry, but you're an inspiration to other artists who are trying out there to tell their story in a way that maybe the music industry is not interested.
Oh, I agree. I mean, no one in the music industry wanted to talk to me when I started coming up with the idea of Fantastic Negrito. They thought that's insane. I remember these one marketing people, they said, listen, I said, Xavier, you're like, white people, we don't like saying the word Negrito. So we don't want to say that word. So, and it makes us uncomfortable. And I thought, makes you uncomfortable? I thought, well, then it's perfect then. Because, I mean, why should everybody be so comfortable? I don't think that that's the obligation of an artist. So, but they thought it's not genre specific, and you're too old and this. But I went to the streets and I let people decide that. I always say that people are my record company. The people getting off trains decided whether or not they wanted to hear me, or whether or not I had a contribution to make, and I'm loyal to them.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it totally works for you, and I think it's so great because really there are so many artists out there that I've watched, and what made me love them in the beginning, they get with producers and they get with a record label, and then their whole musical style changes, and I'm not attracted to their music anymore. It's
you like the rawness, like me. I like the rawness. Yeah. Well, it probably means I won't ever make any money, but I'm okay with it.
Actually,
it's okay.
I was talking to another a friend of mine, and he was saying that people who are getting the big contracts, say at the music industry, the independent artists like you are better off if people are buying their vinyl, if people are buying their albums, if people are buying their tickets for the live shows.
Well, now I think it just takes time. It's like, although this has been like a 3-year run, it's like 2015, it was Tiny Desk. I won Tiny Desk in 2016. So a 3-year run, it's hard. It's not easy. No one sees behind the scene. But in the long run, yes, you're right. In the long run. But right now, I have a partner too, Cooking Vinyl, who's been my partner. And it's, there's not the big money, you're right. But it will come later. You can see it building where I will be better off. But the most important thing is that I'm better off spiritually, and I'm better off mentally. Yeah. And I've been in that corporate environment of making music, and it killed me as a younger artist. It literally killed me. I literally quit and sold all of my equipment, all my mixing boards, my 2-inch tape machines. He knows about that. TT cables. I sold it all because it killed me. This business kills people, literally and spiritually. And I'd rather struggle at this level and make music that moves people and makes music that is helpful and productive to people and inspires people. And we can go to a live show and we can feel like, wow, this is an incredible energy being going back and forth. Like I say, it's church without the religion. And I prefer that. I prefer to struggle and be real. And if I had to be broke the rest of my life and do what I do, I'd check that box because I love it. And there's nothing like being liberated spiritually. There's nothing like joy and happiness and unity. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like having friends and supporters. There's nothing like it in the world. And I've been on both sides. You know, I've gotten the $1 million check and I've been in that room and I know what that feels like versus what this feels like.
But also the energy and everything that you put in a live show is just incredible. It's amazing. Like,
thank you.
Like you really, really, really put your heart and your soul into each live performance. And I know because I've been to all of them in London that you've been to.
Well, thank you. And all you people out there, you get those tickets right now. Now, you heard what she said. Yeah, I feel like, to me, when I do a live show, I'm ready to die if I have to. That's my mentality. I know it may sound crazy, but I tell my band I'm ready to die up here if I have to.
No, you give everything.
Everything.
And that's the way it should be at a live show. You know what I mean? Because when I talk to people and I tell everyone about you, it's like, you just have to go see him live. Once you see him live, you'll be like, okay, because everyone's like, okay, Angelika. Fantastic Negrito.
Okay, shut up, Angelika. We got it.
Because every dinner party, my girlfriend is like,
how much did he pay you?
I know. They're like, dude, you're like his best.
That's great.
What are you getting paid?
Well, I love that I have supporters like you and the world, and it inspires me, and you're the fuel to my engine. So I thank you for being so supportive all the time.
No, thank you. And thank you for finally, I've been chasing you for a couple of years and you were playing really hard to get a sit down, Well,
I kept telling them, I was like, listen, I have to tell the big shots. I was like, listen, this person, make sure that this happens. Because I would, you give stuff, I can't do anything. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. I can't do anything. So it's hard for me, but I told them, I was like, London, make sure. So once I said that, then it happened. So it wasn't really me. It's just, if you're asking me, people are like, hey, man, will you do this? I'm like, huh? Sure. It has to go through, and thank God those people are there because I can't do anything really. I can write the songs, but I got personally involved to make sure.
No, thank you so much. And I'm so grateful and appreciative because you were playing hard to get, Xavier.
No,
I've been chasing you for years.
No, I wouldn't play hard to get. I wasn't playing hard to get. The logistics are nuts. If you could spend one day,
I know.
Spend one day with us behind the scenes, you'll be like, oh shit, I'll see you later. No, it's crazy trying to do all this and put this together with that together and it's just nuts.
But so your touring ends in Europe when? And then you're going to
It doesn't end, actually.
And then you're coming back here.
Yeah, the touring, it ends in the Netherlands in a couple days. Because I'm doing Boomtown. I'm doing Nels tonight, Boomtown Saturday, the Netherlands Sunday, take a break, then do Brussels, then go back to Oakland for 10 days, then start up again in America.
Yeah, and then you're coming back here in the fall.
Coming back. If I have enough money, I'll come back. When people laugh, it's real. It's real. You're buying tickets, and that's what being independent. That's what it is. You got buy tickets. Our guitar player Tomas, let me give a shout out to him. He's the guitar player.
Yeah, he's
social
amazing.
Media guy. Except for I do mostly Twitter and Instagram. He's the road manager. He's like, it's just how it is. We get back home. My cousin, she drives us.
I know.
She is the merch girl. got to wear a lot of hats when you're independent. People think that there's this glamour and, oh, you got a Grammy and all that. No, it doesn't work like that. It's hard. It's, there's not any money, but there's a lot of love. And there's a lot of positivity and possibility.
But the thing is as I've been with you for,
3 years.
Almost 3 years now, I have watched grow and
it's definitely growing. Not saying that it's not. But I'm saying within the context of that growth, there's a reality is that it's extremely challenging.
Yes.
And it's okay. Listen, great things should be difficult. Something that's amazing should be difficult. Like you interviewing me. Hard to get. It was hard. It was hard. But you got it. But you traveled through that.
Perseverance is everything.
She traveled through the deserts. Sailed on the seas. No,
went through the desert storm.
Right, exactly.
No, but the thing about it is I'm able to see it every day because I'm always supporting you and I'm always seeing you on Twitter and Instagram and everything, and I'm just watching, and it makes me so happy. Well, just to see it grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger because what you offer to the audience, not just your live shows, but being so personal and showing so much love and unity and everything. We need more artists like you. Like, our hearts are open for artists like you, and we need that.
Thank you.
Not just America, but the world.
I agree. I think artists, I think you've probably heard me say it, I feel like artists, this is your time. Artists need to be on the front line now. If you're a poet, you're a painter, you're an engineer, you're a musician, whatever. You're a journalist, you got a blog, you're a photographer, this is your time. Because politicians are not going to save you. Superman ain't coming. But people can look to artists, and I think we'll tell them the truth.
No, of course.
We don't have any real dog in the fight in terms of, the political side of things. I think artists, in general, we want to contribute something great to people's lives.
And I think your album, each song reflects a different part of our society. And it shows beautiful, but it also shows broken things as well. And I think making that type of awareness is just so important now. And, the more people that listen to your music, and, even my friends, when I play them your music and shit, they're like, damn. I'm bringing 2 little young guys, musicians tonight.
Oh, cool.
And now they're like, oh, we're playing his music in the cafe, if they work at a coffee shop.
That's how it grows. People like you spreading it. That's how it grows.
And I think it's time for that. It's like the birth of an artist who really is about unity and who's about love and who's about telling stories, but stories that affect all of us.
That's my mission, man. If I'm doing that, I'm happy and grateful. Gratitude. That's, I love gratitude. So I want my life to be that.
It is. That's you. Yeah. And I hear, in other interviews and everything, you've always talked about, this is your third music life. Well, so far, this is your best to me.
Thank you. I feel the happiest at this part of my life. It was a good time to be an artist again, to pick up the guitar and go play on the streets. It felt so good. And I didn't want anything this time. I think in my youth, I wanted fame. I want the hottest women and the best cars and the best drugs and the best houses. I want everything. And, I think you get over that. And it was kind of great starting this middle age. I kind of really was I want to connect with this person getting off the train. Now, if I can connect with them with this song, then I'm doing something. I always say, if you think you got good songs, don't play them for your friends. Go out and play them for people that don't want to hear them. And that was the greatest lesson of my life as an artist. Just playing randomly for people.
And you played all over, no?
Played all over.
In California.
All California, a little bit in Texas, New York. Wherever I was, I would bring that guitar and just play. New York, I remember playing outside of the subways and Manhattan, Brooklyn, in a park, wherever, just donut shop at 3 a.m., train stations, anywhere.
Well, thank you so much, Xavier, for being a part of Angelika's Indie Live sessions for SW1 Radio and K2K Radio.
Thank you.
Done.
Awesome. That was great.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Angelika.